And only God knows the level of discomfort my girl is in right now. Then she's traumatized again by a bunch of butt booty naked men running to the river. The movie begins in China a very long time ago, with this soldier getting his cap taken by this bird, a crime that would get you turned into Sunday afternoon protein in my city, but I digress. A bunch of bad guys with sharp fingernails show up, including this very big bad guy. So the soldier starts a fire to alert the other stations that they are being invaded. The news gets to the emperor that the Huns have jumped over their fence and that Shan Yu is leading them. The emperor says, okay, bet. He tells this skinny nigga to go recruit hella dudes so they don't get jumped. We cut to this girl, her name is Mulan, and she happens to be our main character. She's also writing an expo on her hand. We'll get to that later. We meet her father, who is praying to their ancestors to help Mulan impress the matchmaker. So you're telling me that niggas back in China used to get wives without having to do all the talking stages, all the ships, all the dates, and all the expenses that come with that stuff? Like, all you had to do was worry about the bride price. I'm going to China real quick. I need to confirm something. Mulan goes to town on this majestic horse, like, damn. Anyways, she gets stripped naked, then they wash her while singing about how she can only bring honor to her family in one way, which is to get a good match. Which, bro, women did not have it good back then. Like, the only way you could bring honor to your family was to get married and have children, and they were specific on the child being a son too. Like, damn, God rest the souls of the women during this period. She joins the other girls going to the matchmaker. The matchmaker pulls up like those American driving test instructors. She called Mulan's name, right? Mulan answered, then she says, speaking without permission. Like, if you didn't want her to speak, why did you call her name? Anyways, she inspects her and body shames her for being skinny. The joke wrote itself here, I'm not even gonna say anything. She tells her to recite the final admonition, so Mulan uses the expo on her hand because she probably doesn't remember it. Kinda like how I don't know the new national anthem that was released 2 years ago. She grabs Mulan's hand to take her to the next section of the test, which is to pour tea to impress her future in-laws. But the cricket she had on her is inside the cup, chilling. And correct me if I'm wrong, but last time I checked, hot water kills insects. Mulan tries to warn her, but she tells her to be quiet, and when she tries to take the cup from her, the tea spills on her, which is followed up by her fat nyash landing on some coal that she knocked over. Mulan tries to cool it down, but sets her ass on fire in the process, so Mulan uses the tea to quench it. The nigga rages, saying Mulan is a disgrace and that she'll never bring honor to her family.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
Mulan then gets sad and starts singing about being a disappointment. Now let me drop some words of wisdom and inspiration on you guys. Failing does not make you a failure. Mulan is conflicted internally, then her father shows up and basically tells her that she's a late bloomer and that she'll be fine. Then the skinny nigga from earlier shows up with some soldiers to their town. Mulan's mom tells her to stay inside, but grandma is a bad influence. Skinny nigga says that the Huns have invaded China. We are low-key fucked right now. And that the emperor says one man from every family must join the army, which is annoying as fuck. Like, no, I don't want to fight some random people I've never met before. I want to join the NBA and play alongside my glorious king LeBron James. This shit was also like a 50% chance that you would come back alive. Anyways, they call her family's name and her father is the only man, so he has to go get his admission later, even though one of his legs is currently fucked. Mulan comes and says her father has already served in the army. Then this horse face looking nigga tells her that she should be silent and that she should hold her tongue in a man's presence. Bro, if I were Mulan, they would have to execute me. Like, they would have to kill me before they take my nails out of this nigga's eyes. Cause who the fuck do you think you're talking to like that, bro? This nigga's head is built like a DSTV remote. I will not stand and let you disrespect me like that. Like, look at his teeth. I'm getting angry for her. Her father says she dishonors him, which, okay, my fault for standing up for you. Later that night, she watches him try to get back the hang of his sword again, but his leg is still busted. They have dinner, then Mulan says he doesn't have to go because there are like countless young men out there who can go. But he says it's an honor to serve my country. Like, no nigga, you're injured and old. Mulan says, so you'll die for honor, yeah? He tells her he knows his place and that she should know hers as well. Like, bro, the misogyny in this movie is actually like insane. You couldn't have shit as a woman back in China. Only God knows if they had rights. If there were no women, none of you would even be around. Like, even that DSTV nigga. Mulan gets sad, then sees her parents like breaking up because the nigga might die at war, and says, nah, fuck that shit. She prays to the ancestors, then steals the letter, takes her father's sword, gives herself a haircut, takes her father's uniform, takes the horse, and goes to the training camp in her father's place. Her family finds out that she left. Also, they realize that they can't go after her because if they do, they risk snitching on her, which could get her switched off permanently. Grandma prays to the ancestors to watch over Mulan, so this old ancestor wakes up and summons this dragon, Mushu, to wake the other ancestors up because he was demoted from being a guardian of the family to a secondary school timekeeper. They decide to send a guardian to go bring Mulan back, then Mushu nominates himself. Then they clown him and remind him that it was his misguidance that caused the death of one of their ancestors. They tell him that he should go awaken the great stone dragon. Then he tries to awaken it but accidentally breaks the statue. So Mushu impersonates it and says that it's going to go bring Mulan. He says the only way he's going to survive this mess is if Mulan becomes a war hero. That way he can get his guardian position back. Then they leave to go find Mulan. Meanwhile, the Huns are riding on some buff-ass, evil-looking horses. Like, why do they look this evil? Anyways, they catch some spies that tell him that the Emperor is going to stop him. Then Shang Yu says one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. He says the Emperor challenged his strength when he built that wall. So you're telling me that's your only motivation? Like, just to prove that you can fly somebody's fence? Like, you don't have any other better motivation to invade a country? He didn't kill your parents or anything. He says they should tell the Emperor to send their strongest army. So this nigga just wants to fight for fighting's sake at this point. Like, his only motivation is violence. I've seen your type before. We cut to Mulan practicing her male voice.
What's up, my nigga? What did you just say? What's up, my nigga?
When all of a sudden Mushu shows up, scaring my girl, talking about how he's gonna guide her because her ancestors sent him. Also, she's going to be killed if the army find out that she's a she. Then he reveals himself and almost dies. And she calls him tiny. Personally think he's pretty long, in my opinion. Like, he's definitely not tiny. Like, what is she on about? She says that he's really powerful, so he can't show her his true form. Then she shows up to camp and sees these nasty ass niggas doing nasty
Disgusting!
Then she sees these guys, right? Mushu says guys say hello by punching each other, and also they like spanking each other. He gets mad really quick, like vertically challenged people usually do. His name is Yao, by the way. He calls Mulan chicken boy, then Mushu insults him back, so they start fighting themselves while Mulan dribbles them into spoiling lunch for everybody. While they are doing that, the general is making this guy Li Shang captain and also giving him the responsibility of training the new recruits while he leads the remaining troops to go stop Big Man Shan. The general leaves, and look how clean their horses are compared to those other ones. Yeah, the general is also Li Shang's dad. I forgot to mention that. Mulan tries to fit in, but she's doing way too much. Then they ask her for her name. She lags because she doesn't have a male name, right? Then Baby Teeth with hot breath comes here and tells her that she should respond to her commander. Then Mushu tells her to say her name is Ping. They check her admission later only to find her father's name. They didn't know her father had a dad. Damn! They didn't know her father had a dad. Holy shit. They didn't know her father had a son. They didn't know her father had a dad. He gives them general punishment for pouring the rice. Then the next day comes. Mulan gets breakfast in bed and goes to join the troop. Lee shows up, takes his shirt off, and bro, Mulan is having the time of her life. He says Yao should go up and get this arrow from the top of this pole with these weights on his hand. They all try and fail. Lee starts singing about how he's going to make a man out of them while doing different challenges. Mulan is having a difficult time in training. Then Lee sends her home. But Mulan isn't a bitch, you know. She's a real nigga. So she starts climbing the pole using her brains, not just muscle, to get the arrow. The troop hypes her up. They still don't know that she's a girl. Then she starts doing amazing in training alongside the other recruits. They also start doing really well. We cut to Shan and his boys analyzing a doll so thoroughly that they know the location of the Imperial Army that's waiting for them. Back to Mulan. She's currently taking a bath in a nearby lake because she takes hygiene seriously, unlike those brutes. When all of a sudden, these three niggas run into the water, also completely naked. They decide to apologize for being dickheads earlier, and only God knows the level of discomfort my girl is in right now. This one is Ling and the other one is Sheng Po. Yao decides to show off his own DSTV remote for some reason. Then Mushu comes to scare these creepy niggas away so Mulan can leave. Then she's traumatized again by a bunch of butt-booty naked men running to the river. Mulan overhears this dickhead saying the troops aren't ready to join the fight, Lee shouldn't even be captain to begin with, and that after he sends his report, Lee's troops won't be deployed, which, okay, let's think with our brains for 1 second. If the troops don't join the fight because of whatever one-sided beef this nigga has going on, the army will probably lose, the Huns will invade, and does this nigga think his life or the lives of his family will be spared or something? You need all the men you can get, bro. You cannot be picky in this situation. Beggars cannot be choosers, nigga. He sends Lee out after calling him out for nepotism. Then Mulan says she thinks he's a great captain, and look at her face, bro. She's gone. Mushu and the crickets go and forge a letter from the general. Then they deliver it to this nigga saying Lee's men are needed at the front to join the general and his army. So they head out on foot, which will definitely get them tired by the time they reach there. Anyways, these three sing about the woman of their dreams. Then they reach a village, I believe, that has been completely burnt to the ground. They are then greeted by the horrible and tragic sight of their men and troops all locked out of life. Then the general's helmet is brought to Lee. So his papa gone. Lee mourns his father. Then Mulan sends her condolences. There's no time for that emotion stuff in this movie though. So they head to the imperial city, which I think is like the capital where the Huns are currently going to. On their way, one of these idiots launches a firework, and before Lee could finish complaining about them being dogs, he gets shot, and then like 500 arrows came raining down. So the men run away, managing to get some cover before firing back at the Huns. They get the ones attacking them, but then this aura farmer shows up with hella niggas, and Lee says, prepare to fight. My nigga, I will hold your balls when I say this. I'm running away. Bro, like, look at the numbers disadvantage. Talking about some, if we die with honor. Who your honor help? Let me be the one that delivers the bad news to the emperor. The Huns start charging, then Lee tells Yao to aim for Shan Yu with their last cannon, but Mulan notices a mountain top, so she gets an idea. She takes the cannon from Yao and charges towards the Huns by herself. Then she aims for the rock, but before she could fire, that annoying bird shows up and knocks her down. She manages to light it just in time before Shang could get close. Then the cannon hits the rock, causing an avalanche that starts swallowing Shang's men. The nigga is salty, so he tries to off her, but he has stormtrooper aim and he misses. Mulan runs away. She grabs Lee. The avalanche catches up to Shang. All his men are killed. Mulan's horse tries to go save her and Lee, but they get swallowed as well. These niggas managed to make it though. But don't worry, Mulan is fine. I can't say the same for Lee. Anyways, she puts him on her horse. Then Mulan shoots an arrow that thankfully lands in this nigga's hand. Po comes, then pulls all of them up. Lee tells Ping Mulan that he is the craziest nigga he has ever met, so he has his trust now and that he owes him his life. They celebrate Ping, but then, oh no, he's bleeding. Mulan starts bleeding out, then she loses consciousness. They set up a tent for a doctor to come and see her, and my boy has some interesting news. Yo, come here. Your nigga Ping ain't a nigga. The fuck? Lee walks in and doesn't see a flat chest. Then this nigga comes in dragging her out like, bro, she saved all your lives. She saved all of China from an invasion. God, I hate this nigga so much. Whoa. Lee didn't even like try to defend her or anything. After everything she did for him, like, bro, damn. Baby Teeth says she committed treason. Then Lee takes her own sword from her horse, but he doesn't kill her because he says a life for a life and that his debt is paid. So this nigga would have actually killed her. They leave her behind, like, show some gratitude, you dickheads. Anyways, Mulan says all she ever wanted was to look in the mirror and see someone worthwhile, but right now she sees a nobody. Look at what those ungrateful niggas did to my girl, bro. She's 100 times the man that all of them are combined. Her balls are so big, they're on her chest. Mushu tries to cheer her up, then he confesses about how he lied about the ancestors sending him and how he did what he did to help himself. They go home so she can face her father, and him, he has to face her ancestors. The annoying bird comes around again, and bro, this nigga is still alive, and unfortunately some of his men are too. Mulan sees them marching to the imperial city and starts heading there as well because she's a real nigga. We cut to the city where these niggas are being celebrated as heroes, knowing damn well that they would have all been dead if Mulan wasn't there, and that they didn't do jack shit. My girl shows up and goes to tell Lee that the Huns are alive and that they are in the city. He tells her to go home. She tells him to believe her, but she says why should he believe her? And at this point, me personally, I would have just left the country because, like, I tried my best. Y'all are reversed in the head. That's not my problem. Mulan heads to the palace to find someone who will actually believe her. Then the emperor congratulates China, saying these niggas saved our nyashis, y'all. Mulan tries telling some people that the emperor emperor's life is in danger and they keep ignoring her like she has a virus. Like, bro, again, I would have been gone like 13 minutes ago. She has too much patience. Like, she's too patient with them. Mushu reminds her that she's a girl. Then Lee gives the emperor Shan's sword. Psych nigga, the man is on the roof. His goons are in the masquerade. They knock Lee down and kidnap the emperor. Mulan knows they won't reach the emperor in time, so she comes up with a plan. Then Lee tries to join in, like, okay. They start climbing some pillars and we cut to the emperor being told to bow to Shang. When Mulan and the squad show up, the bird spots Lee, but before he could snitch, he gets burnt. The goons get taken out. Then Lee runs to go save the emperor, who is currently being stubborn, refusing to bow, as he should. This nigga is sassy as hell, bro. Lee comes up, beats this nigga, gets pinned, frees himself, and pins that nigga down. The emperor gets saved. Chan vexes and eats Lee's face and knocks him out. Mulan cuts this rope and provides herself with a perfect 1v1. Lee wakes up only to get rocked again. Then Mulan reminds him, like, it was me that killed your crew, nigga. Do something. She plays temple run with him, then somehow ends up dangling from this pillar. Then she gets on the roof where he shows up. He swings his sword at her, but she collects it from him with a fan. Mushu shows up with a fat ass firework. Mulan kicks this nigga's ass, then sets him up to get sent into more explosive fireworks, killing him in a very lovely but horrific way. She zip lines down and Lee breaks her fall. The fireworks are very beautiful. Then this ugly ass nigga comes again. The one person that shouldn't be alive right now. Lee says she's a hero, then he says she's a woman and that she'll never be worth anything. How can Disney make such a hateable character? Oh my god. The emperor shows up, tells everybody to shut the fuck up. Then he says that she lied about being a soldier, dishonored the Chinese army, blew up his palace, and the worst of all, she saved all their lives. Then he bows to her. All of China bows to my girl, and she gets the respect that she earned and clearly deserved. The emperor gives Mulan this bitch ass nigga's job, but she kindly declines. Like, I would have accepted the job and given it to my friend. I want that nigga homeless. The emperor gives her his like crest medal thingy and also Shang's sword. Then she gives him a hug. She hugs the gang. Lee, he didn't know what to say. That one's awkward. Mulan leaves to go home. The emperor drops some words of wisdom on this nigga's ass, basically saying, you see her? She's real as fuck, nigga. Mulan returns home to her father with the sword of Shang and the crest of the emperor to honor her family. This scene perfectly sums up how a lot of children desperately seek validation from their parents. The father says, none of that stuff matters, baby. Having you is the greatest honor. Then they hug. Grandma says she would have preferred if Mulan brought a man instead of a sword. When the man shows up,
Ooh, sign me up for the next war.
freaky ass grandma, bro. He came to return her helmet. Okay, buddy. She invites him for dinner. Mushu becomes a guardian again. The ancestors celebrate and have fun, and they all live happily ever after. Moral of the story, Mulan was a badass. I could stop here, but I guess we could say just because society puts you in a certain position, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to stay there. You can do whatever you want. It's your life. So yeah, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.